All right, so I wanted to cover the lunge matrix fully and walk through the entire thing. Again, there's 5 movements, so the video's gonna be a little on the longer side, but it's 5 movements in total. We're gonna walk through them together, making sure that we cover each one of the positions for the lunge matrix, and trying to make sure that each one of those is perfect. So the first one will take a little bit of time. The second one we'll move through a little bit quicker and a little bit quicker until we get to the ones that are rotating. But with the one that arms down, so this is gonna be your standard lunge matrix. From here, we have 7 positions that your leg is going to go through, right? So if you can think of it like almost like you have lines drawn on the floor to move out to. From there, everything else, the hips are facing forward, the shoulders are facing forward, the body is facing forward, your face is facing forward, right? Everything's facing forward. The only thing that's rotating is your hips, your legs are going to rotate to give you a little space and to make some of that work, right? So everything that's rotating is from the hips themselves down, or the head of the femur down. Right, we're trying to keep the waist facing forward no matter what, even in the curtsy or any of that kind of stuff. We're trying not to allow too much rotation in the waist. We're trying to keep the rotation happening in the head of the femur. Cool. So if we're here, hands down, I always like to start off with the forward curtsy to start with. So again, my hips are facing forward. I'll crunch in, get a nice amount of rotation inside that femur, inside of here. We'll drive back up, straight forward, backing up. Now again, up 45 degrees. Everything's still facing forward. Right? So your legs are going to drop open a little bit funny, and that's fine. We have a lateral lunge, right? So stepping straight to the side, keeping my body facing forward, backing up. We have our backwards 45, boom. We have our straight back 45, and then we have our curtsy going back, right? And again, I'm still facing forward with my hips. I'm trying to make all that rotation inside of my, where my femur and my hips meet. So from there, I'm just going to step back into my reverse curtsy on the back. Kind of creates a little bit of fluidity for me. You can start in the front and go back if you want. Doesn't make any difference to me. Moving out, again out to our lateral. Out 45, still facing forward. Straight forward, and then forward into our curtsy. Cool? So that's our first one. The next one we're gonna do again, all of that all over again, except now, arms are gonna be straight up. Again, we're trying to make sure that our ribcage stays tucked in nice and tight. And our arms are gonna face, our hands are facing in towards each other, thumbs facing backwards, and we're keeping a nice tall position, right? So no matter whatever happens, I curtsy out, my position stays the same. Facing forward, stay the same. Out 45, same. Lateral still stays the same, right? Back 45, straight back. Curtsy, curtsy on the back side, back. Out 45, straight out the side, 45, forward, and curtsy. Cool. Now most people want, especially with the overhead, they really have a hard time keeping that position strong and tall. Do your best to keep that position strong and tall. We're trying to gain new mobility, get a nice stretch out of the lat, gain some force and anti-rotation in the abdomen. Cool? All right, next one, we have just holding arms up the side, turn the palms up, right? So you'll notice that as I'm rotating my palms, my shoulder also rotates, right? We want to create that pressure. So we're gonna hold that up in here nice and tall. Same thing again. I'm actually gonna start with my left just to kind of change it up a little bit, but forward curtsy, forward, out 45, straight out, back in 45, straight back, back curtsy on the right, straight back, back in 45, straight out. Again, you'll notice that I did not change my arm position, right? Forward 45, straight forward, forward curtsy. Cool. We'll shake all that out. Now we have our rotations. Our rotations are going to be, or the first one we're rotating towards the front leg. Again, that's going to create a lot of pressure into our glute on the opposing side, right, on the moving leg. It's going to give us more mobility in our mid-back turning towards, right? Because it locks the hip in place to a certain extent. The mobility has to come from the mid-back to rotate. So we're going to make sure that we're rotating specifically from our midsection, not from our arms, right? So we're not positioning here, we're positioning here. Okay? So forward turn towards and forward. Lots of mobility through here. So my arms are out to my side. Again, now my palms are down. I'm just kind of keeping a nice, soft, neutral position for my arms. It's just to give me some cueing so that I know that I'm rotating in my body and not just rotating with my arms, right? That's the whole point of the arms out. I mean, technically you can do this from a prisoner position, right? A prisoner squat position. I'm okay with that as well, but I'm just gonna do it from my arms out, okay? So forward, curtsy, rotate towards, backing up, straight forward, rotate towards, backing up, outside 45, rotate, straight out to the side, lateral, rotate, back 45, rotate, back, rotate, back curtsy, rotate. And you'll kind of feel that as you move from front to back, you move from rotating in the spine to rotating in the hips, right? Because as the position opens up and you can actually move a little bit freer, you will have a tendency to rotate in your low back more now in the hip instead of being locked in position, right? So as we go through this again, this time with our left leg back, right? We rotate open, right? You'll feel that more in the low back, right? We'll step back, same thing, rotate. I'm feeling a lot in my low back, right? I'm feeling lots of mobility there. Right? Our lateral lunge, rotate. Now 45, rotate. Now I'm starting to feel my mid back, forward, rotate. That's all mid back, right? And then in my curtsy, rotating towards all my mid back. Cool. We're gonna do that one more time, but now when we start with our right and we curtsy in, we're gonna turn the opposite direction. So that's just gonna give us one more time through, gaining a little bit more mobility in the mid back, a little bit more mobility in the hips, but it's gonna be reverse what we did last time, right? So step forward into our curtsy, turn open, backing up, forward, open, backing up 45, open, backing up, lateral. That one feels a little awkward. I know. And in, back, in, and now we're back into that mid-back section, right? And in, reverse that. Okay. Back, lateral, and turn that outside. And forward, curtsy, boom, done. Now your shoulders should be good and warm, mid back should be good and warm, hips should be good and warm, and your quads should be good and warm. It's really great for mobility and really great to kind of prime everything for movement. Cool?